So at the end of each of our yoga practices, so at the end of any of the videos that we do together, I highly encourage you to do final relaxation. And I am going to show you a couple of ways to do final relaxation because we're not really supposed to be on our backs for prolonged periods of time while we're pregnant. So I have a couple of things to show you. For one, we'll start with just a simple side lying position. And this one, I like using a towel, and I like using blocks as well for this one. And you can just find yourself onto your side. And I like to take the bottom leg and kind of straighten it a little bit. It doesn't have to go all the way straight. And then the top knee shifts in. So you can kind of adjust the height that feels best for you depending on the width of your hips. And just kind of find what feels good here. And then kind of tuck your arm and your blanket or your towel up underneath of your head and neck so that you feel nice and supported. And right hand best to come up here to the top of the thigh. So I'm going to adjust just a little bit so that my foot is resting here to the side of my bottom leg. And we just find ourselves getting really relaxed here. So this is one option. So this one, and then there's also a really good way if you happen to have a bolster that you can use for a reclined relaxation. And this one, you take your bolster and you kind of tuck it so that it's got a lot of space here at the top, but not too much. And you want to make sure that your block is on your mat so that it doesn't go anywhere. And then from here, you can find yourself shifting all the way to the very edge here of your bolster, and you can just kind of roll down, and I always put my hands there for support so it kind of keeps me stay right where I need to be. And this reclines you just so that you have, this is kind of considered to be a lot safer just because we're a little bit of a reclined position, but we're also get the opportunity to lay on our backs. And this is so good for our digestion. I always highly recommend this pose, especially like after Thanksgiving dinner where we kind of overdo it. So this kind of stacks everything. So we find our way to kind of keeping this space elongated. The most important thing about this position is to make sure that your chin is lower than your forehead. So if that means to kind of tuck something underneath here, that's always okay. We just want the forehead to be higher than the chin. And then here you can find just bent knees, feet flat to the floor. You can find the soles of your feet together and just kind of allow the knees to fall out. You can even use support by a block or tuck another blanket underneath of the opposite one. Or you can go to completely straight legs. And don't feel committed in any of these positions, no matter what. So if you feel like this is great, Mandy, but I want to bend my knees now, so do that. That's perfect. Just find what feels good. And you can kind of keep moving and you can kind of really find what works for you. So something really important before I go into the relaxation aspect of our pose is when you do come down from this position, make sure you roll to your side. Don't just try to sit up, especially if you're in this reclined position, because it can be way too much on your low back, especially since we've been sitting this way for a period of time. So when you need to come down, either roll off of your bolster or kind of adjust yourself that you can rest right alongside of it, or right on top of it, I mean. And then go ahead, let the palms face up towards the ceiling. Let your arms relax. So our final relaxation is our most important pose that we do. Because it allows our body to have muscle memory. So the next time you come to this exercise, whatever it is, your body will remember. So starting to get really heavy here. Starting to feel really relaxed. And softening the muscles in your face, starting with your eyebrows. Let them show no expression. And then relax your eyelids. Let them just be soft over your eyes. And let your eyes just fall to the side so you're not trying to gaze at anything. And then relax your cheeks. Allow them not to show expression. Swallow once. Relax your tongue. Allow your lips to just be soft over your teeth. And relax your jaw all the way to that space behind your ears. So sometimes your mind starts to wander. And that's okay. It's okay to have thoughts that come into your mind, but just kind of witness them. Don't get involved in your thoughts, just notice them. You can think upon them later. Right now, just be here with your body, with your baby. And just continue to follow your breath in and out. Maybe relaxing your shoulders, your wrists, your fingers. And just finding a way to allow the body to be fully relaxed, but still have an awareness. So not quite like you're going to sleep, but sometimes we're so tired that sleep comes. But try just to be aware. Maybe notice how your skin feels. How this action of just noticing the body, how that feels within you. This is always the time when our babies move, when we're still. So maybe just being connected. To motherhood. To breath. To this moment. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Maybe start to open your eyes, a soft gaze. And eventually, turn your palms down so that you can use your hands for support. Shift your hips over to one side, doesn't matter which, to make your way to resting on your side. And you can pause here. And if it's uncomfortable on your bolster, feel free to come down. Just kind of checking in here. And then using hands for support. I would use your mat to come up. Slowly make your way up just to a seated position and just check in here. And just notice how you feel. From when you first started practicing today on your mat. And just know that you're responsible for all of this change, that you did this. So thank yourself for the work that your body does. Thank your body, but don't forget to thank yourself for taking this time out of your day to do something that nourishes your body and your baby. So let's bring our hands to our bellies and send our babies love and acceptance. We will accept you just as you are, whenever you're ready. So thank you very much for joining me today. I always enjoy it. Thank you.